Good afternoon, my movie-loving brothers and sisters. Thank you guys for joining us. What is today, Trevor? I don't even know what today is anymore. It's Wednesday. It's getting close. Yeah, the 21st. We're only 4 days away from ye old Christmas. I am joined today by my friend, colleague, and co-host, Trevor Farney. Trevor, how you doing today, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. We're almost to the end of the season of the Archer guy that I can't remember the name of, which is, of course, when the cheer is in the air, and I love it. It's my favorite time of the year. I really do. I love Christmas. I'm a nerd for Christmas. We just completed a Christmas, or we're almost completed with a Christmas movie, and I can't believe I'm in one. So I'm a happy man. It's all good stuff, and I'm heading to Tennessee to hang out with my family tonight.
Sweet,
so
yeah, and this will be we'll see of you for a week or so. Same with Lucas, but fear no cheer. Belschnickel is here.
That's right.
Yeah, lots of fun today. I do have the hat, but it's too hot to wear the whole show. Right. But it's cool. Wanted to show it off there. Also, we do have a new member of the channel, Black Adam, played by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
He's here.
He's here now.
We brought Dwayne on.
Just in time to be, literally just in time to be canceled.
Right,
but we'll talk about that here later. Guys, if you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can have your movie news when you need it and where the hell you need it. We do have an Xbox Series S that we're giving away here on the channel, and there's a video up for that. Go check it out if you haven't already. But just to give you a little rundown, if you send in a super chat during a live show, including today's live show, it enters you in for a chance to win that Xbox Series S. So make sure you guys are sending in those super chats for your chance to win that bad boy. Also, we have our channel membership up now. We have 9 or 10 so members. I think we finally got our 10th member, but we're looking for more. We're always looking for more channel members. Make sure you guys go check that out. And we appreciate the channel support that we have now from the members that we currently have. Yeah, awesome. With that stuff out of the way, it's been a busy few days. We haven't been able to do a show here at the channel with just getting ready for Christmas, lots of last minute shopping, co-hosts preparing to go out of town, and just so much going on. But the news has not stopped rolling in. It's just been nonstop, even all the way up until last night. So lots of news here, and we're going to try to quickly breeze through a lot of this and get it knocked out. So the first thing we want to talk about on our first main topic today is this. Trevor, I don't know if you ever had a chance, but did you ever have a chance to check out the Invincible series on Amazon?
I watched like the first couple episodes. I haven't finished it.
Wow,
it is crazy.
That's shocking to me because in my mind, there's no way you watched 2 episodes of that without.
I watched it like with my friend, and I said I'd like keep watching it with him, and then we just didn't we ended up doing something else or whatever. You know.
Well, I was late to the whole Invincible party. I watched it probably about 4 months ago maybe, and I was hooked immediately and watched it all in whatever an hour as soon as I could. I did what everyone does in this generation, and I binged the shit out of it. I watched it all, and I really loved it. I knew going into it that the original creators had kind of sued Amazon and were trying to get the rights back, and that there was a lawsuit going on, so that had put kind of season 2 on hold. And it's been a few years now, right? I mean, I want to say it was maybe before the pandemic or right during the pandemic.
I think it was during it.
Right. Yeah. So like 2020. So we're coming up on 2 or 3 years at least since we've had any news on the sequel. But we have this news here coming to us from Forbes where it looks like we have a release year. Which is better than having nothing at all, I guess, right?
Sure that.
But yes, if you check this article out here, it looks like that they're saying, it looks like it debuted in April 2021. So maybe we get an April release. And again, that would be 2 years since the original came out, which they got, we talked about this with Mandalorian and stuff like that. They got to correct these kind of things. We can't go this long without more stuff that we love, especially if it's doing well. This thing, when it came, I was late to the party, guys, but this thing was crazy. Like everyone I knew was watching this. This was really big at that time. Very adult.
Right.
Definitely not something for kids. Just want to throw that out there real quick. But yeah, this is cool. I'm glad that I got on it late because now the wait for me is still just like 6 months.
Right.
So yeah, I'll still get to see this. For me, I kind of feel personally that if this should have probably just ended with the season it was. I don't know these comic books. I'm sure there's more story to tell. But man, whatever we got in that story was enough to just conclude it and be like, damn, that was awesome. But yeah, Trevor, you're hearing this news. What are your thoughts on Invincible season 2?
Well, I mean,
Coming out this year.
This year.
This upcoming year.
Yes. I mean, if you got a successful thing, it's a good thing to do. And that's for those couple episodes I watched. Those are amazing. I'm personally terrible about watching TV when it's on because if I am gonna watch it, I just want to do it all at once. So a lot of times, like if a show's on and I know it's gonna be awesome, I'm just like, I'll just wait until it's all done because I don't like to be a part of the whole waiting thing. And I'm kind of glad I did here because it's again the same kind of thing as The Mandalorian, where it's like, man. If you start striking at this thing after the iron is cool, it may not work. Like it was a huge like fire. I remember this show being humongous. And everyone was talking about it, and it was coming right off of the back of like The Boys.
Yeah,
also, so it was getting that.
So
rub
it had
too.
that R kind of,
Right.
yeah.
And now again, you now like I almost forgot about it. Like, and it's been, which is crazy because it was such an interesting thing and it was such a big thing. But again, you've got to move faster on these things. Like you got to be smart. Like if you don't strike while it's there, it may just like go away. That
Right.
That
This is how we get the
caught.
term. The phrase is like striking while the iron's hot.
Yeah,
stuff
exactly.
like that. Because
You really
if you
do.
don't, then you ain't forming shit, man.
Exactly.
We're trying to make a beautiful sword here, and it's glowing red.
Right.
Hit it with the hammer, goddammit. I mean,
I
I
don't
just
care what
don't
you
get
gotta
it
do.
sometimes with these things. I really don't.
I don't know.
But I'm glad we're getting it. I'm glad
Yeah,
at
me
least
too.
we have,
Me
you
too.
know, I love how Forbes, Amazon Invincible Season 2 finally has a ... release year.
Right.
Like, okay. Still could be December. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure they had this pretty much under wraps, and it was the lawsuit stuff that I had mentioned earlier that really kept this from happening. So I say let's hope for that April area where the first one came out, and we'll see how it goes. But I'm super excited about this, and I can't wait to check out more. Guys, what are your thoughts? You guys are hearing about Invincible Season 2. Tell me, did you like Season 1? Tell me your guys' thoughts. Let me know them down in the comment section below. All right, with that down, we are going to jump into our second main topic today. And our second main topic today is this. So we had the weekend box office. Obviously, we weren't here Monday or Tuesday to talk about that, but we are here today. So we're going to jump right over and jump in to what happened over this weekend's box office. Obviously, if you guys are, stick around here on the channel and you're normal viewers, you know that I went out and seen Avatar: The Way of Water, or Avatar 2, whatever you want to call it. And over the weekend, and I have a small out of the theater review up, spoiler free. Go check it out if you haven't already, to get my quick little thoughts of it. And once Trevor or Lucas or somebody else has seen it, maybe we'll do a full review on that. But yeah, so I went and seen it on Thursday night. The original expectations for this movie were $135 million opening weekend. And then with the early positive reviews that it received, it shot that up to like 150, 155, maybe 160. And we talked about that, reported it here on the channel. It was actually a really big video. Lots of people commented on it. Lots of people talked about it. I had predicted in the video that it would hit come in under projections is what I predicted, and that it would hit maybe 118, 120. Obviously, I was wrong about the number exactly, but I was right in the idea that this came in under even the earlier projections of 135 million. It came in $1 million short of even that. Man, this is still... this is a hard one to kind of gauge. This is still a win, I would say, for Avatar, but it just goes to show you again that this has been a real down year for the theaters, and we were hoping for a bigger opening. Again, like I said in the video last that we did, that usually these projections are pretty spot on, so I expect it to probably hit 150 or 155, whatever they say, but it didn't. It didn't hit either one. It didn't even hit the early projections, and that's pretty crazy. But yes, as you see here, it was able to pull in $134 million opening weekend. Now, worldwide, I'm sure it's probably like half $1 billion already or something. I'm not sure. I'd have to go check that out. But Black Panther Wakanda Forever was 2 over the weekend, getting ousted as we all expected. It barely came in, only 400,000 over Violent Night, the David Harbour Santa Claus crazy action movie. It bringing in 1.4 or 5.4, I'm sorry, putting it at a domestic total of almost 420 million. That's pretty good numbers for Black Panther 2. Not quite what the first one was doing, but still pretty good. Violent Night, again, $5 million, only $400,000 away from being second over Wakanda Forever at the box office. And it's I'm not sure, 4th, 5th week at the box office. I seen that a while back ago, and I have a out of theater review up on that as well. You should go check that out if you haven't already. And then Strange World, able to bring in another 2.2 million, putting its domestic total to 34 million. That movie's lost a ton of money. The Menu's still in theaters, still bringing in a little bit. And down there at the bottom, something else that we're going to talk about a lot later, Black Adam was able to bring in $500,000 even, that's pretty crazy, into the box office, putting its domestic total at just a little shy of 170 million. But yeah, so those are the numbers. It looks like Avatar comes in a little short. I with all the down stuff in the theater this year, this is why I expected it to come in under expectations, because it's just been a down year, and it did come in under expectations. But that being said, like I said, I still think this is a win for Avatar. I still think it'll make a ton of money. There'll still be the Avatar 3, all of that junk. So, Trevor, you're hearing this. Give me your thoughts. What are your thoughts on the weekend's box office?
Well, I mean, nothing too shocking. I mean, I was thinking they said 135 million, and to me, I would imagine those are probably like sort of round numbers. So to me, like, 135, it pretty much got the original numbers. I'm surprised that the hype around it didn't make it go up a little bit more, but I don't know. Anybody that's complaining about making 134 your opening weekend is you're finding things in life to be upset about. Avatar, the first Avatar only made 70 million in its opening weekend. Granted, it kept on going, but again, this is almost 2 times the amount that original one made. So I mean, by anyone's standards, this would be a big success for them. I mean, maybe they were wanting a little bit more, and I agree. I'd like to see a little bit more people come to the theater, but it is what it is. People are still going. There's still, there's still enough movies out there that people are going, but it'd be nice to get a little bit more in there. But for the most part, it looks cool. It's cool to see. I mean, I'm not really that surprised to find that Violent Night has had some staying power. It's a Christmas movie. That's what they do. Like when it's Christmas, these things are juggernauts. Like they just keep going and keep going and keep going because people just love it. They love. I mean, me too. I'm not excluding myself from people. I love Christmas movies. If I had a little more time, I'd be watching a lot more of these movies in theaters. But hopefully soon. But yeah, it looked pretty up and down, like a kind of what I expected.
Yep, for sure.
Too crazy.
For sure, guys. You guys are checking out these numbers for the box office. As expected, Avatar made a ton of money, but it does come in under the projections at least. Black Panther 2 is kind of going to be sitting kind of where it's at. Not too much more, not too much less. Violent Night still bringing a little bit of money. What do you guys think about all this? Definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. All right, with that down, we are going to jump into our third main topic today, and our third main topic today is this. As I was just announcing earlier, a new member of the channel, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's Black Adam, floating up there with his amazing, it's not called a cape. I forget what it's called for him, but it's something. It's like something with a hood. Cloak. Is with his amazing cloak. because it's got a hood, so I think that's what makes it a cloak. You're right. Anyways, yeah, it's gorgeous statue that I managed to find on sale while doing some Christmas shopping, and got it for like cents on the dollar. So I figured, why not get it? And then on the way home, I'm looking on Twitter, and that's when I see a tweet from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson himself. And you guys know that there's, very few things that I can avoid in life. And one of them definitely is not Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's tweets. Yeah, I just can't avoid them. So I want to go over here and check this out. This is a tweet from The Rock. The Rock says, and I quote, "My passionate friends," that is us, "I wanted to give you a long-awaited Black Adam update regarding the character's future in the new DC universe. James Gunn and I connected, and Black Adam will not be in their first chapter of storytelling. However, DC and $7, which is his production company, DC and $7 have agreed to continue exploring the most valuable ways Black Adam can be utilized in future DC multiverse chapters. James and I have known each other for years and have always rooted for each other to succeed. It's no different now, and I will always root for DC and Marvel to win and win big. You guys know me, and I have very thick skin, and you can always count on me to be direct with my words. These decisions made by James and DC leadership represent their vision of DCU through their creative lens. After 15 years of relentless, hard work to finally make Black Adam, I am very proud of the film we delivered for fans worldwide. I will always look back on the fan reaction to Black Adam with tremendous gratitude, humility, and love. We did great. To my very passionate and vocal Black Adam superhero genre fans, I love you. We love you too, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yes, we do.
Thank you. And I will always listen to you. Of course, he's listening now as he's a big fan of the show. And do my best to deliver and entertain you. As we all know, he is the most electrifying man. And at this point, all of entertainment, right? What a hell of a month. Now we all need some... I can't even read that word. It's got small. Yeah, it looks tiny. Have a productive week and happy holidays to you and your families. And this is coming to us from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson from an article on Scream Rant where you can see that they are announcing this disappointing news. I'm just going to say it. Black Adam's dead, guys. The odds of us seeing Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson play Black Adam again are very slim to none. The odds that we will ever see a different Black Adam in this new DCU are none, like zero, completely none. So basically if you read what he was saying here, him and Gunn talked about, maybe later on down the road, we get to a point where Marvel's at now where they can tell multiverse stories and then we could do you and your Superman movie, bro. And what we're doing and a part of our story, Black Adam's not a part of it. And what this means, like I said, is Black Adam's dead. What that means is my statue has gone up in value overnight. And so have all things Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Black Adam. That's true. This is kind of heartbreaking news. As someone who actually enjoyed the film, really came out of it loving Dr. Fate, and I wish that was a Dr. Fate statue. But hey, there was a lot to like about the movie. It wasn't a great movie, but again, a lot to like about it. And I kind of knew going in and coming out that this was not going to work as the reset for the DCEU. Yeah, and it's too bad. It's really too bad because, you couple this with the most heartbreaking news of all of it, which is you told me Henry Cavill was coming back as Superman. You put him in a damn movie that I seen like a month ago. And then a month and a half later, you tell me Henry Cavill's not going to be Superman. That stuff sucks. And I think Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is partially to blame for some of that. But that's another topic for another day. Trevor, you're hearing this news. You've had a chance to see Black Adam, I believe. Tell me what you think. Black Adam's done. No Black Adam 2. What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, honestly, at this point with DC, I don't really like care what they do. Like, look, if you really believe in Gunn, fine. Just do it and go 100%. I don't care anymore. Like, you have set up my expectations so many times, DC, and kicked me in the balls that I just don't care about you anymore. Like, the amount of times you have burned me, it so outweighs the amount of times that you've brought me something good, other than in a Batman movie, that I just can't even, like, God, I can't even get more excited for when you say a DC movie anymore.
Yeah, their best shit is the shit that's not connected.
Yes.
The Joker. Not connected.
God.
The Batman.
Right.
Not connected. Like, all of that stuff is great.
I'm gonna say, I know you don't like them, but the Nolan ones, I mean, even going back that far, I mean, it's just been...
They're better than what we're getting.
Right.
I'll give you that.
Right. I mean,
I'll take Dark Knight Rises over most of the shit that we've been getting
any day.
Yeah.
and look, it's like it's comically like ridiculous, the whole Black Adam thing. Because we have been talking about this. I mean, he says 15 years.
Right.
I mean, like, I believe it because I
were in middle school.
Distinctly. I remember like my sophomore year in high school when they announced that they were going to be doing this thing in like 2022 or whatever, and I was like, what? That's like so. I can't even imagine things being that far away. How are they even talking about it? I thought it was never going to happen. Finally, it started like it's happening. We got a trailer. We got another trailer. We got the movie, and we got in there, and the movie pretty good. Like, it's all right. It's not like, I mean, if this would have come out at the time Iron Man came out, would have been a whole different kind of story, because it was fun.
Yep.
It was crazy.
But now we're so jaded. We've got so much good shit.
Yeah, we've had.
This is just like, it's good.
Right.
It's not. They didn't like the Batman kind of, or Logan, something like that kind of changes the way we thought we even knew what could be available in this kind of situation.
Exactly.
And this didn't do that, but it was fun.
Right.
Yes.
And it's, I don't know. I just.
Plus, we love The Rock.
To me, it's just confusing. Like, I'm in on the whole thing. So, like, I understand. I've been paying attention. I can't even imagine what poor, like normal moviegoers are feeling. Like,
right.
I mean, at the end of the day, these things are just kind of like more like disappointments in the way life is sometimes. If James Gunn comes out and they put their full faith behind James Gunn and they really go into it, all of this solved. I don't care. If that's if you got to chop these things in order to actually finally get a great DC universe, I don't care. Do it. But just whatever you do, just freaking stick to something, man. Like, the whole problem I've ever had with DC is that they get an idea, they go for the idea, and then the first criticism they hear, they freak out and they go exactly the other way. Yep. And I'm just like, dude, it doesn't matter. Like, you're never going to start off perfect. And if you do, that sucks. Then you're Orson Welles to yourself, so you got to build. So take those criticisms and keep moving forward with what you got.
Yeah.
And they've done it over and over again where they're not.
And we'll see what Gunn can do, man. I hope the Gunn can kind of right this ship and turn things around. I mean, who knows?
Gunn's got a very cool
what they
style.
need is the Allstate man. That way they'd be in good hands.
That they need to be in good hands.
They need to be in good hands. But guys, you guys are hearing this information. Dwayne, The Rock Johnson, his Twitter, his tweets. I read it. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of all this? What do you think of Black Adam? Definitely let me know all of your guys' thoughts down in the comment section below. All right. With that down, we're going to jump into our fourth main topic today. And our fourth main topic today is on the same kind of, is on the same topic, same subject, right? And that is in this same announcement, kind of, everything circulated at once with all these things going on. So then the question became, well, is Gal Gadot done as Wonder Woman? Are they redoing him? Are they redoing Zachary Levi's Shazam? It's all these questions now because who knows what the hell's really going on, right? But we have this article here coming to us from Screen Rant. It says Zachary Levi responds to the Shazam recast rumors amid all these DC shakeups, right? And we're actually not going to read into this article because I don't care about all the crap that it's got to say. All I want to talk about specifically is that more or less Zachary Levi has said on Twitter, like, hey, yo, I talked to James Gunn and I'm safe. Zachary Levi as Shazam is going to have its second release and will be a part of this new thing. So this poses so many questions, right? So now we're going to kind of pick and choose what we want to keep from this situation. So also, Peacemaker is being kept, which makes sense, right? Because it's James Gunn's, I guess, and he created and he's directing season 2 of it right now. So he's gonna be included into it. And then it seems like Gal Gadot will continue to be Wonder Woman, but we lose Cavill as Superman. We lose The Rock as Black Adam. We lose, the guy, I forget his name, I'm sorry, that plays Cyborg called out James Gunn on Twitter.
Ray something.
Yeah, Ray Fisher. He will not be playing Cyborg. We lose that. We lose Ezra Miller's Flash to no one's fault only, I would like to say, Gunn. Except Ezra Miller. That's the only reason we lose that iteration of that character, most likely. But yeah, so now the question, we lose Aquaman. We lose Jason Momoa as Aquaman. And in fact, as Gunn wants to do with Cavill, he has a big villain role that he would like Momoa to move into, just like he would with Cavill. This is interesting. Man, I don't think you can do this. I don't think you can pick and choose, because what's the criteria, James Gunn? What is the criteria for a movie to continue, or a character continue to be played by a certain character? And how come Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson doesn't get to keep playing counterpart to a character that would only exist if it wasn't for? I mean, these two things it's like yin and yang.
It's like the
Shazam and Black Adam. They are together, kind of.
Right.
And that was the whole point of doing a Shazam movie and not putting Black Adam in it. It was so that you could do a Black Adam movie, and that then you could kind of, do both characters justice and then mash them together. Yeah, this is weird. Like I said, I don't think you can do this. Look, I'm going to be the first to say that, as long as, first of all, my bias tells me as whatever we can do to keep getting more Peacemaker.
That's
cool.
Definitely true.
Like, I would do some nasty stuff to keep getting more Peacemaker.
With John Cena.
But I don't know if it's worth it at the expense of the greater DCU, man. I just don't. It's just going to be weird. And then I don't know how I feel seeing this young Superman, this new Superman. Let's say tomorrow they come out and they say, I don't know, give me a young kid that could play Superman.
God,
Timothy Chalamet.
He could not play Superman.
But let's just say it.
Okay.
Let's say he buffed up.
Put him in there.
He's looking thick, and he's playing Superman. They've cast him to play Superman, right?
Just for the sake of argument.
Sure. For the sake of this discussion, at least. So it would be weird to me if you bring in that character.
Even if it's Timothy.
No matter who it is. No matter who it is. It would be weird to me if you bring in that character, a completely new Superman, but he knows the same Wonder Woman that Henry Cavill's Superman knew, and he knows the same Peacemaker that none of that really makes much sense. Look, I'm not saying it can't be done, and I'm gonna watch whatever the shit they try to puke out in front of me. But this makes me nervous, man. I also would like to say a little bit of my bias says, hey, Zachary Levi's a good Shazam, and I love him as Shazam. But the truth is, the best part of me that knows what breeds success says that in order to really create a new, you must destroy it all. Yeah. If you're going to take Henry Cavill's Superman after just announcing it 2 months ago, because you didn't just announce to us Zachary Levi's playing Shazam. Right. You could take that from us and we won't even care as much. But you just told us a month ago that this fucking dude was going to play Superman again, and now you snatched that one from us, but we'll let you keep this other little minute shitty shit. I don't know. Like I said, it just feels weird. Trevor, you're hearing this. Tell me, what are your thoughts on the idea that Zachary Levi's Shazam is safe, but Cavill's gone, Rock's gone, Affleck's gone, Momoa's gone, Miller's gone. The Justice League is gone, but Gal Gadot's staying. What are your thoughts, Trevor?
I don't have a lot of thoughts, just a lot of really bad feelings. This whole, I don't know, man. Like, if you're trying to instill people's confidence in your product, this is not how you do it, bro. Yeah. This is just really bad at this point. Like, I mean, like the Rock. Look, if you would have told me, all right,
I would like to say this, by the way, real quick, to throw this little tidbit, because I'm sure this will change some of the stuff you think. I don't know if you know this or not, but the guy that makes Shazam, Peter Safran, which is the co-CEO with James Gunn, running this now. And this was said, like, in the very beginning when that happened, everyone was like, uh-oh, well, Black Adam's done. Because Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, they came to him in Shazam 1 and Shazam 2 and was like, hey, you know, you're going to be Black Adam. We want you to just do a little cameo. And The Rock was like, psh, I'll never be in your silly fucking movies. So, and then now this guy is the lead of it. He's like, we're keeping my shit. Get to the door, Rock. You know, so you got that kind of playing into it too, right?
I mean, yeah, you can't ever forget.
And again, there's got to be some bias at the top with that because, I created Shazam, so I say we keep it. Well, I created Peacemaker, so I say we keep it. Well, we didn't create Aquaman.
Right.
That. We didn't create Henry Cavill. That. We didn't create that.
What about Gal Gadot? Well, she's sexy, so let's keep her.
Yeah, we'll keep her around just to have something nice to look at. What about the Suicide Squad? Oh, we keep all of that.
Every single bit.
Everyone. Everyone, the one I did.
Polka Dot
the
Man?
Suicide Squad. You mean Suicide Squad? No.
No. That movie doesn't exist. That's like one of those like weird Sinbad genie kind of thing. Yeah, right. It's a Mandela
But you just can't do something like that too. It makes you look a certain way, right, yes. Trevor?
Yes, it does.
Hey, what are you doing? It'd be like if I became president and I made you vice president and Lucas, Secretary of Defense.
Right.
And they're like,
Azazel, Secretary of Treasury,
like,
or whatever.
Are you being biased in these selections? No. Trevor was the best man for just Secretary of Defense.
Dude, I would defend the secretaries like crazy, bro.
Right. I think this can make you look bad. It's a bad look.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean that's even so I didn't even know
that information,
part.
Right.
So that's a whole other fucking can of worms. So, yeah, whatever faith I was throwing towards this thing for James Gunn, it just slipped right out the door. Like I'm down. Every James Gunn thing I've seen has been right up my alley. Like Guardians is my favorite thing in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I love it with my whole soul. All the music, it's introduced me to some of my favorite songs. Like it's just so good. Plus, I feel a very kindred spirit with Star-Lord. Him and I feel very close. I love that. Plus, I love Chris Pratt. Anyway. But, and that second Suicide Squad, I know that's like kind of like some people love it, some people hate it. I'm in the love it category. I saw it 3 times in theaters and I loved it. It was such a crazy, ridiculous ride and it had a style. So I like James Gunn. And when you tell me that finally DC's going to throw their meat behind somebody and really go with the story, you got me excited, at least intrigued. But now it would have been bad enough if then you come to me and you say, all right, well, James Gunn is going to cut everything. He's going to cut everything we've done so far, and he's just going to leave it on the cutting room floor. That would have hurt because there's some great stuff
but understandable. You'd be like, I kind of seen this.
I get
it. Might have been coming.
Right.
Yep.
But like this.
But the idea that I'm doing that.
Right.
But
except for my shit.
I'm keeping everything I and the guy that I'm partners with made.
Yeah, that not only does that look bad, like for you, it totally has muddled everything up.
Yes,
because you and really what's happened, and let's be honest here, you've cut multiple so let's say here's Zachary Levi in the level of people that people are like, oh, DC. Then you have like someone like fucking like Momoa here. Then like I don't know, whoever.
Right, and then you have Henry Cavill. Right, and you
Those
too,
are the two
right?
that you don't get rid
right.
of.
So what are you saying here? Are you saying that Zachary Levi playing Shazam is better to you than Henry Cavill playing Superman? I don't know. I can't. And how do you bring in a completely different? So it's funny. Everything that they did just mattered enough. And and let me give you an example of what I mean by that. At the end of Shazam, right? There's a post-credit scene where we see Superman's chest.
Right.
Perfect. They knew what they were doing. At the end of Peacemaker, we see the Avengers, the Justice League float down.
Right.
And we don't see what Superman it is, do we? We don't. We see Momoa and Ezra Miller there. We see them, which ain't gonna make no damn sense.
Nope. Not even a little bit.
And I just don't get it. Like, I mean,
right? Because I didn't even think about that. He is direct. They are literally directly in the same movie that they're going to keep in there. Shazam isn't super connected, other than but that one is definitely. For sure, directly connected to this universe they are currently deleting.
Right.
And if you're going to keep any of it, the thing you should have kept was Henry Cavill. And the other thing you could have kept was maybe Dwayne The Rock
or maybe you do something like a big event kind of film where, you know, something like an infinity level kind of threat, you know, like Thanos comes and Black Adam and all of them got to go, and some of them don't make it. And
okay with that.
And or in this Flashpoint movie, worlds collide, and our Zachary Levi and stuff ends up in a world with, you know, Pattinson's Batman or whatever it is. Maybe you could at least try to do something like that, and maybe that would make sense. But to expect me to just leave it all the baggage at the door,
not all.
No,
just some.
Right?
I have to kick out. I have to go through, and I have to.
Yeah, you want me to?
I need this baggage. I
you want me to pick up the baggage?
I didn't really want this baggage. I could have left this baggage at the
point.
door. But I need to keep this baggage. Oh, and this one too.
But yeah, that's what you're asking me to do is.
And we're movie fans.
Yeah.
We're nerds.
We're gonna be there already.
Right.
Even if they would have just said, "Hey, Gal Gadot's now Superman."
Like,
we'd have been like, all right, we'll give it a go, man.
Right. I don't know what you're doing, but
we'll check it out.
Okay, DC, I see you.
But yeah, like you said, it's the average fan, right? Man. That's really gonna go into whatever the hell this turns into and be like, what the shit am I? Okay, so do those? I'm going to have to Google it.
Yeah,
and that is not
Google's
what you
not
want.
Going to answer it for me either.
You don't want that. But we spent too much time on this one. But it sucks that we're seeing this. Guys, you guys are seeing this. You're hearing this. What are your thoughts on the idea that Zachary Levi continues to play Shazam in this new DCU, but, you know, Cavill and Rock are out? Definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. All right. With that down, we're going to jump into our fifth main topic, and we're still on the same subject because we can't get off of it.
No, we can't.
You remember a few years ago, rewind with me, Trevor. It's 2018, and we hear these murmurs coming about that Zack Snyder has his own version, his own cut of his Justice League film that was, you know, perfectly announced and named the Snyder Cut.
Yes, as it was.
And the Snyder Cut became a legend. The name, the people behind it, the fans. Yeah. The reason that the Snyder Cut came to truly actually exist, which it does today.
Yes, it does.
And it is the superior of the two films by leaps and bounds. But the only reason it exists today is because them damn pesky Snyderverse fans.
They don't ever shut
They were relentless.
Yeah.
And they were so goddamn relentless that WB shelled out $80 million for something they could have never made a damn dollar on just to shut them the hell up. And those guys, those same fans, are now back online, attacking James Gunn, attacking Peter Safran, and attacking this whole idea that we were just talking about in the last topic, that what the hell are you doing? First of all, Snyder built this universe, so we're on as the Snyder. You know what? I'm going to do it here right now today. Lump me in. I like the Snyderverse.
Also lump me in.
There you go.
So you know,
so
I'm
you got
also
two
on
more
that
here. So this is basically what they're saying is, hey, Snyder built this universe. Either leave it alone or build upon it, but don't try to mix in whatever you're doing with characters he built. And it's just the long and the short of it is,
hurting my head.
These people, I'm gonna call them the Snyder Army. The Snyderverse army has jumped on the internet and do what they do best, and they have come in full force. Full force as what we expected the Russians to do a few years ago.
Yeah.
But the complete opposite of that.
Right.
These guys are coming in like Ukrainians.
Yes.
This is wild, and
There's not a ton of these people.
They are ready to slap Gunn and Safran up and anybody who disagrees with them. And you know what?
Not a good place to find yourself.
I'm not completely against them. We had another video on the channel that blew up. It garnered 500-600 views just in the first couple hours it was up, and that was the Lita Battle Angel video. And one of the comments was like hashtag screw James Gunn, hashtag bring back the Snyderverse. And again, it's not even on the right video, but
just so y'all Alita Battle Angel fans
just
know.
so we're all on the same page. That dude, and we want the Snyderverse back. Listen, I want to say this time, this always amounts to nothing at this point. It is for sure dead. We will never see them do anything involving this shit again. I mean, maybe decade from now, again, you could bring in Henry Cavill and do like a what was it called, Kingdom Come or something like that. But
cool.
But yeah, I don't. It's dead for now. I'm glad to see the army is still alive. You guys are strong and you're never gonna die. And you guys got my heart, so I appreciate the fight. But at this point, it's just no good. And as James Gunn said on Twitter, hey, listen, man, you guys being nasty and mean and malicious towards me is never going to make me try to want to make you guys happy. Where the opposite thing happened before he got there. So they don't know no better, James. Right. All they know is we get all fucking crazy and we get what we want. Right. So you can't kind of expect anything different from these people. At the end of the day, like I said, I'm a Snyder fan. I wouldn't consider myself in the Snyder army. I'm not attacking James Gunn. Look, I think it's just as silly as the rest of you guys, though. I think this is just as dumb. And that again, if you're gonna redo it all. Don't kind of take a piece of what Zack Snyder created and use. And if you're gonna use that piece, you would think it would be Henry Cavill as Superman, the original seed that he sowed in this whole damn universe.
And still the best casting choice.
Yeah, and still the greatest Superman. I don't give a damn who they cast.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's Timothy Chalamet or
there's never been a Superman that's that good.
Or Daniel Day-Lewis. I don't give a damn who it is. There will never be a Superman that is as good or that I want to see as much as Henry Cavill's Superman. That's facts, man. And this is cool to see that again that these people are still together. They're still out there. Trevor, you're seeing this again. Basically, the Snyder Army has collectively gotten back on Twitter and are now attacking Gunn. I see some comments, man, that were like bad. Yeah, Carson, don't fucking touch we've spent years and decades and we're gonna I know people were still clamoring for the Suicide Squad. David Ayers, is that his name? I think David Ayers directed. Yeah, the Ayer cut, because he's been saying for a long time.
I'd see it
and
too.
And it connects to that, and the Snyder people want that shit.
There was a movie within that movie.
So we may one day at least see that. I believe that's a possibility. But Trevor, you're hearing this. Would you consider yourself part of the Snyder Army? B, do you agree with their movement? And C, does this all make you want to kind of put a bullet in your head?
Okay. First and most importantly, I don't know what you got to do. If you can't bring my boy Cavill back, I now actually really want to see the Irishman Daniel Day-Lewis play Superman, because I want to see what that would be like. We've never been able to get him before, but it's also a hard character to get right. Maybe you challenge him, maybe you bring him a really good script, you leave it at his cobbling shop, and you just walk away, and maybe he reads it, and maybe he's inspired, and maybe it comes again. Anyway, I would love that. But as far as what I consider myself part of the Snyder Army, I would not consider myself part of the Snyder Army, but I would be like a mercenary that you wouldn't have to convince very hard to get into your Snyder Army. If I was at a Snyder Army rally, I'd probably throw a couple rocks, like let's say, but like I can step out and say, look, as much as I actually love the Snyder shit, like I really do, like the untampered, the ultimate cuts, the director's cuts of Snyder's movies, even Dawn of Justice, which I cannot believe I'm saying that, I love it. I really love that whole series, and it upsets me to the deepest part of my core that, not just the fact that it didn't really get to made, but what they did to that man is a disgrace. It is horrifying. This man's daughter killed herself, and they said, not James Gunn, Snyder, we're not going to give you the
now.
Yeah, we're not going to
We
give you the
don't care. No time to mourn.
Right.
Fuck you. They turned into Darkseid.
They really did.
Right? They immediately just turned villainous on him. That was a disastrous situation.
Yes, it was.
And seriously, and it made everyone that was fucked up.
Honestly, after stuff like that.
But I get it. I get part of it because you knew that this guy wasn't going to be able to come in and do it. And he knew it. Yeah. He knew he wasn't going to be able to.
I get that, but here's the deal: is like you got this is an emotional business as much as it is a monetary business. Like we are dealing in emotions, and if your guy that's leading your ship that you've put money into has something happen that's way unsuspected, you put it on hold. Right. You say, okay, well, this is still going to be a huge movie. Yeah, we're still going to make a lot of money.
Because the only thing that ever came good from Forrest Gump was the bumper sticker, right? Shit happens.
That's it.
And in this case, this is a case of some rare shit.
Yeah.
This is like Bruce Lee's son dying on Crow. Like
right,
this is a 1 in a million shit, man. Like
yeah.
a director of the Justice League's daughter died in the middle of production.
Right. Killed herself in the middle.
Yeah. Right. This is some. Yeah.
God. So all of that, and the fact that they tampered with it all the way through, because it starts the seed of my dissatisfaction with them. So we get all of that, and so I'm down. I wanted to see more, and then when you finally gave me the Snyder cut, I was enthralled. I was so upset that I was happy to have it, but I was more upset that I was like, there's no way in hell we're ever going to get the rest of the story. And the rest of the story was so interesting. It looked so dang good. And look, if at the end of now I'm just going to be repeating myself ultimately. If you would have you have two options here at this point, and you went with the third option that doesn't work. You either
didn't exist.
Yes, and you said, fuck that, I'm going to do this, and it don't work. You said, it could have worked where you just said, all right, you know what? The Snyder Cut was a good, real kind of closing down statement for this thing. The rest of these movies will let kind of come out, and then we'll let it die, and we'll do our new thing. If you do that, it's a hard reset. You come back in with these new characters. We say, okay, we'll mourn the rest of this, and I don't think you have I don't think you have any flame for another Snyder fire here. But now that you're doing this,
that's what I was saying. Yeah.
Now you're fueling it. Yeah. Now you're actually opening up the floodgates for this stuff to start.
You're pouring gasoline on it, man.
Right.
You're pouring gasoline on it because these guys are passionate about this world, man.
Right.
And again, as stupid as passion can make us sometimes, we all know the passion can make us dumb as a damn door.
Absolutely.
You're just dumb with passion sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's good. It's always still encouraging to see someone, especially a group of people, that has that passion together. So I'm glad that they still exist, and I'm glad they're fighting for what they love, because this time, again, I feel like they were attacked in a way.
Right, yeah.
This wasn't them coming out of the woodworks going, hey, give us something we want.
Right.
This was someone going, hey, we're fucking with your shit, and we're going to kind of change it around a little bit, but kind of keep it.
Right.
And they're like, whoa. Right. We're not cool with that at all.
We were fine with letting sleeping dogs lie.
We were, yeah, right. You just woke a sleeping giant is what you did.
Just,
and these people will never stop. I mean, I don't care how good or bad it gets. You don't want to mess with this group of people.
You should have, like, this was a mistake to poke this
and real quickly, I just want to say, I think that Snyder had it right, and I think that in this sense, and I think that Gunn and Safran would be right to do the same thing, which would be completely destroy it all and do your young Superman movie, but that's it. That everything else and everyone else is dead, and you start with your young Superman, and everything can trickle down from there, just like this Zack Snyder DCEU did. Now, it may not have worked out like everyone wanted it to be, but I think you can't not start with Superman. He's Superman, I mean, he is. Everything kind of falls under him. So I think that at least Snyder had that idea right, and I think they would be smart to continue to do something like that. But guys, you guys are hearing this information. I'm sure a lot of you guys are big Snyder Army people, and you're not cool with what's going on, and you guys are also angry at James Gunn. Like I said, I agree with you guys. I think it's a silly way that they're choosing to go, but I'm interested to see what you guys think, so definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. All right, with that down, we are going to jump into our sixth and final main topic today, but we will not get off of this subject. So, apparently, before Gunn and Safran were hired, which was just some months ago, a month ago now, right? I believe they started November 1st or something like that. Apparently, we have this article here coming to us from Screen Rant that says WBD, Warner Brothers Discovery, reportedly begged Joker director Todd Phillips to lead DC before choosing James Gunn. So I want to read a little bit of this article. While the Suicide Squad director continues to garner backlash from fans, as we just spoke about, a new report indicates Warner Bros. Discovery reportedly begged Joker director Todd Phillips to lead the DC universe before they hired James Gunn and Peter Safran. The DCU, formerly known as the DCEU, is getting a makeover, with Gunn and Safran taking charge of the franchise. Is that what they're calling it? The two CEOs were appointed on November 1st. I said that, as they are now in charge of television, movies, animation, and video games in relation to the DCU. With several reports emerging about the future of the DCU, Gunn has clarified some rumors while still leaving other things with an ambiguous note. The co-CEOs reportedly presented their DCU Bible to the executives very recently. However, it appears a different DC filmmaker was approached for the role that went to Gunn and Safran. In a new report from the New York Post, Warner Bros. Discovery, quote, begged the Joker director to accept the position as the head of DC Studios. According to one of their sources, the whole turned down the job before landing on Gunn and Safran. The whole town turned down the job before so they may have offered this to multiple other people, right? While never referenced, Dan Lin was one of Hollywood's creatives that was approached for the role. So there was another person. So there may have been few other people that were approached about this. Phillips, nor anyone at Warner Brothers Discovery and DC Studios, has commented on the story at the time of publishing, of course. Here's another quote. The whole town turned down the job. An industry source says, quote, it was almost Todd Phillips. They begged him. This is interesting. Obviously, Todd Phillips did the new Joker movie, which is, has its sequel, Day 6 or whatever it's called, is a musical form of a Joker movie that will come out sometime here in the near future. Todd Phillips also did the Hangover series, I believe, right? trilogy of movies.
Yep.
And so look, I like Todd Phillips. I think he could have been a good guy to run this. What's interesting to me is that this news comes out. You don't hear about this very often. First of all, I just want to say in Hollywood, this has to happen every other day, guys. They probably, when they land on someone, it takes a while. When they landed on James Gunn, it makes sense that they had people in front of James Gunn that they wanted more than James Gunn, but they all said no, and when they got to James Gunn, he said yes. This is kind of normal, but interesting that it's here and we know about it because this is kind of adding on to that whole gasoline thing. This is putting Molotov cocktails now in the hands of the Snyderverse people, and they're going, they didn't even want you.
Right.
We wanted Todd Phillips too.
Right.
We like Todd Phillips.
That's
and
more
they're
our
just
style,
lobbing
baby.
grenades now at
Painting their
Gunn and
faces with
Saffron.
it.
And well deserved, it seems like. Like I said, I think Todd Phillips would have been a good choice as well. I'm not sure who this other guy was. I'm sure there was other people. Maybe they asked Patty Jenkins. Maybe they asked, who knows who they asked to do these things. Peter Safran and James Gunn, believe it or not, are both, involved in creating DC properties. Again, Safran makes Shazam. Gunn obviously made Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad. So it makes sense that they could have went to Matt Reeves.
Right.
And said, hey, Matt Reeves, what do you think about this? And they could have went to Andy Muschietti, who's directed the Flash movie. Oh. And they could have said, hey,
no, we're never going to release your Flash movie.
We hear that this Flash movie is the greatest DC movie ever made. So maybe they went to Muschietti and they said, hey, what do you think about taking all of this over? And maybe you making a new movie that makes this work or whatever. So very curious who all was offered, who all declined. And very interesting that not only did we land on Gunn, but we landed on Saffron too, right? And that's an interesting one. Like how did you come to those terms? And because it wouldn't have been Todd Phillips and it would have just been Todd Phillips. Right. But again, this is more grenades for the Snyder guys. But to say, hey, they needed two people to do what just Todd Phillips would have been able to do because you're not that good, James Gunn. They needed someone in there to watch you as a buffer because they knew if they had too much of you that this whole thing would fall the hell apart. And so they're like, oh, who better to bring on than the most whitest business guy we have on board, Peter. Peter, get in here. Peter, watch over this. Make sure it doesn't get too cocaine and adrenaline filled.
You betcha, DC.
I'll check it out. We'll make sure it stays lighthearted like Zachary Levi.
That's right.
Trevor, you're hearing this news. Todd Phillips could have been, nay, would have been, if would have accepted the lead of this whole thing, and maybe these conversations we would be having would be just completely different. What are your thoughts, man?
Well, I think I know why Todd Phillips did not do it. I know why he probably
he's an intelligent human being.
Yes. That's I think probably why just about any road would step away from that gap dumpster fire that they've created over at DC. But I think additionally, that's not like an easy job. That's the rest of the rest of your
Feige,
career.
And we know his what's it called? His temperament about it all. He's tired.
Yeah.
He's worn down. He's spread thin.
Of course.
And he's doing the same thing now. Like he started out with movies, but now he's doing television and helping with the games and the animation. And man, that shit.
It's too much.
Yeah. You don't want to
Todd Phillips is like, I want to keep making movies.
I want to do what I love to do. Right.
Right. They're not even the same thing.
Not even close.
Directing a movie and being the overall, like, essentially showrunner to a massive TV show or two
producer. Yeah,
things.
for sure.
So I don't, and then honestly, I don't feel like Todd Phillips would have done very good at that job. Like, because I don't think
he wouldn't.
It's not his style.
Yeah,
he's a very small type of filmmaker.
Well, not that he's just
focused.
not, positioned for it. It's not something that he's ever had any experience with. I mean, what he has experience with is making movies.
Right. Good movies.
Not making movie
Hangover's a
universes
fantastic-
and
yeah.
worlds. Now,
It's
if he
just a
was
whole
able to
different
somehow make them all,
Right.
he'd be like, yeah, I could do this, but even that's too much work.
Right.
But you can't make them all. So you would have to delegate.
Yeah.
And as a true creator, it becomes hard to do that because you only believe in you, man.
Yeah.
It's just like Kobe or Jordan at the end of a game with 8 seconds left.
Right.
Do I pass it? They don't even think about passing it. I don't. You know what? As much as I respect all of my teammates, I don't believe in one of them as much as I believe in Kobe Bryant.
Right.
So you know who's going to shoot the game winner tonight?
It's going to be Kobe.
Kobe Bryant.
That's right.
And nobody damn else. And so I think when you're that kind of creator, it's hard to delegate. It's hard for Kobe to be like, well, you know, Lamar Odom's open.
Right.
I don't care. I got the whole team's on me. I got faith that I can still make that over him making that wide open one.
Right, exactly.
And that's the thing. So how do you delegate that? How do you pass it off over and go, hope he hits it?
Yeah.
You don't, especially when you're hitting yours, which Todd Phillips is doing.
Every time.
Todd Phillips is net. He's Steph Curry, net. And you want Steph Curry to go, oh, pass it over here.
Right.
And then
In
over
the game
here,
winner.
and then to that dude,
Yeah, right.
and then her.
And it's not even like he's coming in and taking over someone who did a great job, and he's just got to keep the ship moving. You know,
This
he'd
is
have
one of
to
those
completely not only redo it, but he'd have to completely take the momentum. Is not only like neutral; it is as far the other way for them as it possibly humanly
This is one of those
could be.
bad inherited presidential
Right.
situations. You know,
It's like the dude after Abraham Lincoln. You know, he really had a rough one. Andrew Johnson, I believe his name is. He didn't do great, but I mean, could you have expected to? You know,
Right.
That's a tough one to fill.
right. But yeah, but I mean, yeah, I agree. I don't think he probably would have been able to. I don't think it's something he was interested in because again, what experience does he have in this? Really, you know.
Whereas I'll say this, I've kind of I've done a little shit talking on James Gunn today, and I want to remind I love James Gunn, and I honestly,
me too.
Other than the weird choices they've made, I think when you said that when I first heard James Gunn is going to do this, that sounded right. It like oddly, James Gunn and Peter Safran running this thing. I feel like he's the type of dude where he's a really good filmmaker, but his ideas are where it's at. And he has so many good ideas. And if he could take those ideas and be like the support player, which is what ultimately this is, to the other great players who are the directors, then we might finally have a DC universe worth writing home about. And I'm still hopeful for it, even though they've done a lot of weird.
And before either one of us truly judge it, which we're not.
No,
this is
it's
all
just
face
weird.
value.
It's just
this
strange.
is all just looking at it. This is like judging a female by looks.
Right.
We ain't even asked her one question yet.
Right.
We're just looking at it, going 7.
Right.
So until we meet, James Gunn's Superman and all of these things,
He's like an 8 without.
Yeah, we don't know. We may be like this whole thing's a 10. So
you're excited.
So we're trying to hold back,
and
but
she's single.
We're also seeing a 4,
right?
And that's kind of making us. We're like itching our chins. We're like a 4. Well, I mean, how better could it get?
Right. I don't know.
And this
she's
real
saying
questionable.
This is an 8. What's an 8 to this person?
But yeah, guys, you having a chance to hear this information. Again, this article from Screen Rant, from this quoting this stuff from the New York Post about Todd Phillips getting offered the job. What do you guys think about that? How do you think Todd Phillips would have fared with the job? Are you glad we got Gunn? Maybe they did offer Muschietti. Maybe they did offer Patty Jenkins. Who knows? Definitely let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comment section below. All right. With that down, we are all out of main topics today. Let's jump over to the chat section where we've had a moderately active chat. Jesse Bailey is here. He's in town.
Good to
The
hear,
boy
man.
is back in town. We don't want to get demonetized. Let's see. He says, "Who is the redheaded freak?"
That's me.
Yeah,
That's Trevor.
That would be T Rev, Tyrannosaurus Rev.
Trevor. And I am a freak, and I do have red hair.
He also says The Rock is correct, I believe, in saying that the Shazam movies are silly. And Jesse Bailey says the only real Shazam is Shaq Diesel. That is Kazam, my friend.
That is Kazam.
And
That's right.
there is some truth to that, though. I do believe it. Looks like Matt just jumped in here, and he's coming in late. Guys, I do want to talk about one thing real quick before we get out of here that I forgot to mention at the top of the show. So I will cut this into its own little separate video. But yeah, so I want to talk about this, and I'm going to structure this so I can cut it into its own video. So bear with me, guys. Hey, guys, it's Key with the Screen Talk Live YouTube channel. And I have in my hand this. We just got a letter. As you can see, media mail right here. This actually has come to us from Costa Mesa, California. And inside, we have a couple of books that we have been sent to us from author Grady P. Brown, friend of the channel, who sent us these lovely books to check out about dinosaurs, because we love dinosaurs here at the channel as much as Grady P. Brown does, and we can't wait to check these out. These are beautiful books. Grady, thank you so much for sending these, man. These look amazing, and we really can't wait to get into them. And as soon as we get a chance to check them out, we will do a review and put that up on the channel and let you know how much we love them and what we thought of them for sure. We do appreciate this. This is really cool, and it makes us feel really special and big at the channel. And to see that we have these people out here that are also creators that are, you know, creating and doing big things. So congratulations to you, Grady, for being a published author. I know you have a couple other series with superheroes. Guys, go check out Grady's stuff. It's all over Amazon. It looks wonderful. The illustrations are great. He has a Young Guardian series. Just definitely go check it out, and definitely check out this new Callaghan experiment that he has. Looks wonderful, and again, we just love dinosaurs, so we can't wait to check it out and put a review up on the channel. Trevor, I know you haven't seen that or heard anything about it. What are your thoughts about us getting some books in here from a published author for us to check out?
Well, I love books to start. Yeah. I love dinosaurs to continue. And that cover looked very cool.
Right.
I have no idea what that is about. I don't know if it's like is it a novel? It's a novel?
Yeah, so it's kind of like Jurassic Park-ish, kind of.
Okay.
But like a group of, you know, individuals on an island with dinosaurs that have kind of evolved in different ways. The leader of the group has high functioning autism and Asperger's, kind of, you know, and he's a very intelligent guy, and he leads the group to try to, you know, save themselves and possibly save, you know, the island or whatever. Nice. It sounds really, really interesting.
It does sound interesting.
It sounds like a mix between like a version of Jurassic Park with like maybe like Alien or something, you know, where they've kind of evolved in a way to where I was reading some reviews that there was very unique ways that they evolved that people had never really seen before, which made me be like, what? Okay. I feel like I've thought of all ways dinosaurs could evolve, but hey, maybe they like grew rockets on their heads or something. Like, I want to know, like, right? Yeah, for sure. So we'll have to give them a check out, and we'll let you borrow them too, Trevor, and we'll put a review up on the channel. So yeah, Grady, once again, man, thank you so much for sending those to us. We can't wait to check them out and give you a full review on the Callaghan experiment. Can't wait to do that, man. And we appreciate you and appreciate the love here on the channel. So guys, go check that out. And with that down, yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today. Yeah, it looks like, Trevor, you will be leaving town later on tonight with Lucas, and you guys will be gone until a few days after Christmas. So we may not be back here with Trevor or Lucas until, you know, a week or so. So I would just want to say Merry Christmas. Love you guys, and I hope you guys have a safe trip and stuff.
Yeah,
Trevor, you've been awesome today as always. Where can people find you at, man?
You can find me at on Twitter at the Mad Making Mind. Pretty easy.
For sure. And guys, you know where to find me. You can find me at Keaton Toothman. Right there's my handle on Twitter. Go check me out there. Yeah, and like I said, I will be back here probably tomorrow flying solo, and probably again on Friday. Hopefully, just kind of be looking out. It's kind of going to be sporadic. It's not going to be 5 o'clock. It's not going to be every day. Not until we get back to next week. I believe the 2nd is Monday. So once, Monday comes, we'll hopefully everyone will be back and we'll start getting into that normal rhythm of 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. But until then, kind of just keep an eye out, and you never know when I'm going to go live. It was 3 a.m. the other night and I thought, maybe I do it now. So we'll see. It's also the holidays, so I can see people being up and around whenever, right? Because, it's no school, no work, no whatever. Also, hopefully we can get Trevor and Lucas to be more active in the chat while they're gone. So if you guys are wanting more of their opinions and thoughts, they can interact with you guys in the chat down there. But yeah, so I hope everyone has a fun and safe holiday. I'm going out myself for a little family get-together dinner thing tonight that I'm reluctantly going to. I did, just a little side note, I was taking a nap earlier, and in the middle of the nap had like a calf Charlie horse situation that was so bad that I could barely walk.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
you don't want
classic.
To walk every day.
Classic.
Yeah.
So when that happened, I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm going to go to that family dinner thing. But I ended up matting it out and pacing the floor for a while. I actually jogged around my house a little bit and loosened it up, and it's starting to loosen up a little bit. But after I sit here for a minute, I try to stand up. It's like stiff, barely move, terrible. So yeah, make sure you guys are staying safe out there. There is that winter storm coming in. If you're here in the Midwest, big winter storm coming in. It's going to be negative, like tons of degrees over the next 3 or 4 days. Make sure you guys are getting packed up, nestled up, get that food, get that soup, get all that chili and warm stuff to keep you guys warm, and make sure you bundle up with a good movie, and keep, like I said, keep us in mind here so we can talk about all those good movies. I know there's a lot of good Christmas stuff coming out as well that we want to talk about here on the channel. So guys, just keep an eye out, keep that notification bell going. We appreciate you guys being here, and we hope that you guys have a Merry Christmas, and I will see you guys soon.